In imaginary numbers, I equals the square root of -1. So if we go down to this example right here, this will be our problem, and this will be subtracting. The first thing we're going to notice is that the subtraction sign is gonna go to these two numbers. Okay? So then we're going to write out our problem, and it's going to be 3 minus 6i minus 7 minus 2i. Next, we're going to take down the similar sign. So the -7 and the 3 are going to come down. The -6i and the -2i are going to come down. We're going to get -4 minus 8i. The first thing we're going to do is take this and distribute over here and over here. And this number over here and over here. Once done, we will get 21 plus 6i minus 42i minus 12i squared, because there's two i's here. Take that down and go 21 minus 36i, because we're adding these two together, and then minus 12, in parentheses -1, because basically that's what I is right here. Then we're going to get 21 minus 36i plus 12, because -12 times -1 will equal to 12. Okay. Then we're going to get 33 minus 36i. Next, we're going to do addition. So we're going to start with this equation, and the first thing we're going to do is add the certain signs together. We're going to get -2 plus 3i, just like here. Then we're going to put this, distribute to those. We're going to get +7 plus 6i. -2 and 7 are numbers of the same sign, so we're going to take these together. 3i and 6i are the same, so we're going to put them here. We're going to get 5 plus 9i. This is our equation in standard form. Considering standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Now we're going to solve this by factoring. So we're going to take 630, and we're going to find things that add up to that. So 1 times 630, and 2 times 315, and 3 times 210, 5 times 126, and we're just listing all the things that go into it. 6 times 105, 7 times 90, 9 times 70, 10 times 63, 15 times 42, and 14 times 45. Now our goal is 53. So we're going to try to find the two things that add up to 53. Now by just looking at this, there's only like one or two we can actually consider. I'm going to go to this one. So 63 minus 10 would equal 53. So this is our one. So then we're going to take this and we're going to do x minus 10 and x plus 63 is equal to 0. Now these two, you get -10x, and these two, you get 63x. And all you'd get 53. So that's just checking to make sure you're right. So then you're going to take x and minus 10 equals 0, and then you're going to get x plus 63 equals 0. You're going to add 10 here and add 10 here. So x equals 10. Here, you're going to take away 63, take away 63. Here you get x equals -63. Next, we're going to solve with quadratic formula, which is -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is the equation we start out with. Next we're gonna do x equals and then minus, and our b is 53, so 53 plus or minus square root of 53, because that's our b, squared, minus 4. Our a is going to be 1, and our b is negative 630. Scusi. And then all over 2 times 1. Next, we're going to get x equals negative 53 plus minus. And we're going to do this, and we're going to get 2,809 plus 2,520 over 2. It's not the neatest work, but it gets the job done, you know. Next, we're going to do x equals 53 plus or minus 5,329, 2. X equals negative 53, we haven't been putting the negative sign, plus or minus 73 because we did the square root of 5,329. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do x equals, and we're going to take that plus or minus that was there into effect. X equals negative 53 plus 73, and x equals negative 53 minus 73 over 2. We're going to get 20 divided by 2 and negative 126 divided by 2. Now, we're going to end up, surprisingly, with x equals 10 and x equals negative 63. Okay, so next we're going to solve by completing the square. So this is our equation. What we're going to do now is we're going to add 630 to each side. It's going to be x squared plus 53x equals 630. We're not sure what we do here yet. So then we're going to move here, and it's going to be b over 2 squared. Our b is 53, so we're going to put our 53 over 2 squared, which will give us 26.5 squared, which, if you square it, it's 702.25. So we're going to take that number, 702, and we're going to put it here, 702.25. And then we're going to add it to this side too. We do to one side, we must do to the other. Okay, then because it's the x squared, we're going to separate it. We're going to do x plus 26.5. We're going to take that number that we got over here and put it here. And then x plus 26.5 equals, so 1,332.25. Next, we're going to do x plus 26.5 squared, and we're going to equal that to the answer. Then we're going to square root it. So x plus 26.5 squared equal to the square root of 1,332.25. X plus 26.5 is equals to plus or minus now because of the square root to 1,000 to actually, sorry, because it's square rooted, it's going to be 36.5. We're going to now take away 26.5 to each side. We're going to get x is equal to 26.5 plus or minus 36.5. We're going to get negative 26.5. So now we're going to do plus 36.5, and here we're going to do minus 36.5. Funny enough, this equals 10, and this equals negative 63. In quadratics with graphing, we're going to take our equation in standard form, which is this equation here, and type it into our y equals. So we're going to type in x squared plus 53x minus 630. Then we're going to hit graph. And then we're going to get a parabola. At this point, we're going to want to get the 2 points. So we're going to go second, trace, go down to 0. Then it says left bound, so you want to go on the left side of one of your x-axes. Then hit enter, then go right bound, enter, then hit enter again for it to guess. This guess is negative 63. So we have x equals negative 60. Next, we're going to hit second trace again, go down to 0, and it says left bound yet again. We're going to go to the left of the other x-axis point. We'd hit enter, go to the right, hit enter, and it's going to go guess. Now it gives us x equals 10. So we got x equals negative 63 and x equals 10. And we have our answers. Those are some of the many ways you can solve quadratics. Now we're trying to find the shape wave of an object, which means there's an arch, and we're trying to see if something can go. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do y equals negative 0.0625 x squared plus 1.25 plus 5.75. Okay, and then I'm doing this by myself and it's quite hard. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to equal that to y. So we're going to take this over here. We don't need this part. We're just going to put this on this side so it's easier for us to get it to standard form. The next thing we're going to do is write it all out. Negative 0.0625 x 2 plus 1.25 x 5.75, and then now y is greater than 10.5, so we're going to add that there. So instead of the y, substitute to 10.5 greater than. Okay, then we're going to take away 10.5 from each side. Next, we're going to get all of the equation. Plus 1.25, try and do this fast here, 4.75, 0. That is standard form. We're going to plug it in to our calculator. We're going to then put our standard form equation into the y equals. Once done, we're going to hit graph. It's going to give us our parabola. We're going to then hit second, trace, down to 0. Left bound, so let's see, right here, and then right bound, go to the right of that. Their guess is 5 point. Next, we're going to do the same thing, so second, trace, down to 0, go left bound of this side, so like right here, enter, right bound, right here, press enter again, it's going to guess, jumps right down to 14.9 basically. So we're going to get x equals 5.1 and x equals 14.9. And put them in our final equation, which will be 5.1 is less than x, and then another less than sign, 14.9 feet. And that is our answer. First, what we're going to do is take our equation that's already in standard form and put it into our y equals on our graphing calculator. After done that, we'll repeat the following steps we have done, which is hit graph, make sure you see your full parabola, and then hit trace, second trace, go down to 0, and then hit enter, and then do your left bound and right bound, and do the same thing for right bound. You will then get x equals negative 0.0413 and x equals 6.04.